Ask Powerful Questions by Will Wise. Audiobook Summary and Review by StoryShots. Introduction. The quality of your life, your relationships, and your leadership ability hinges entirely on the questions you ask. Most people default to transactional, closed-ended questions that shut down dialogue, but Will Wise's revolutionary guide, Ask Powerful Questions, provides a framework for shifting conversations from superficial exchanges to deep, meaningful explorations. This book teaches readers how to move beyond merely seeking information and instead focus on building connection and catalyzing change through intentional inquiry. Key idea. 1. The 4 Ps of Powerful Questions. Will Wise introduces the 4 Ps framework: purpose, pause, presence, and personal, as the foundation for effective questioning. Before you open your mouth, you must define your purpose. Are you seeking clarity, building trust, or driving action? Without a clear purpose, your questions will wander. Next, the pause is crucial. It allows both the questioner and the respondent time to process deeply, moving away from reactive, shallow answers. Presence means being fully engaged, setting aside distractions, and listening without formulating your next response. Finally, powerful questions must be personal, meaning they are tailored to the specific individual and context, demonstrating genuine curiosity rather than generic inquiry. Wise emphasizes that the question is the answer, meaning the act of asking a well-formed question often provides the insight needed for the respondent to solve their own problem. Key idea 2. Navigating the questioning arc. The process of powerful questioning is not a random series of inquiries, but a deliberate journey that follows a specific arc. This arc consists of 3 phases: connecting, exploring, and creating. The connecting phase uses open, inviting questions to establish rapport and psychological safety, ensuring the other person feels seen and heard. Once connection is established, you move to the exploring phase, which uses deeper, often challenging questions to uncover hidden assumptions, motivations, and obstacles. This is where you might ask, what is the story you are telling yourself about this situation? Finally, the creating phase shifts the focus to future action and accountability, prompting questions like, what is the smallest step you can take right now to move forward? Will Wise argues that skipping the connecting phase often leads to resistance, as people are unwilling to explore difficult topics with someone they don't trust. Key idea 3. The power of open-ended inquiry. While simple yes or no questions serve a function, truly powerful questions are almost always open-ended, beginning with words like what, how, or tell me about. These questions force the respondent to elaborate, providing rich context and unexpected insights. For example, instead of asking, "Are you happy with the project?" a closed question, a powerful alternative is, what has been the most surprising challenge you've encountered on this project so far? Open-ended questions inherently signal curiosity and respect for the respondent's perspective. Will Wise reminds us that the goal is not to prove a point or steer the conversation to a predetermined conclusion, but rather to facilitate the other person's thinking process. This technique is essential for leaders, coaches, and anyone seeking to foster genuine collaboration, turning conversations into shared discoveries. Key idea 4. Listening to the unspoken answers. Asking powerful questions is only half the equation. The other half is powerful listening. In Ask Powerful Questions, Will Wise stresses that the most critical information often lies in the nonverbal cues, the pauses, and the emotional tone of the response. This requires Level 3 listening, where you are listening not just for the words, Level 1, or the meaning, Level 2, but for the underlying feelings, intentions, and unspoken needs. Level 3. A powerful question followed by distracted or impatient listening is wasted effort. If someone answers a question about stress by laughing nervously, a skilled questioner would follow up not just on the words, but on the emotion, perhaps asking, "I noticed a little tension when you mentioned that. What feeling is underneath that response?" Final summary. But the most surprising strategy in Ask Powerful Questions contradicts conventional wisdom entirely by suggesting that sometimes the most powerful question you can ask is one you don't ask at all, choosing instead to offer a simple, reflective statement. This book is an essential guide for anyone who feels stuck in repetitive, unproductive conversations and wants to elevate their communication skills instantly. It reinforces the main takeaway that intentional inquiry is the fastest path to deeper understanding and effective problem-solving, making it a must-read for managers, coaches, parents, and partners. Want the complete breakdown? Download the StoryShots app for the full summary, visual infographics, and animated video summary of Ask Powerful Questions.